Well, good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. And let's just take a time to be still together and just allow ourselves to be really loved by the God who loves us. And so we just sit here in God's presence and we just let that love flow into us. This morning I'm going to begin by reading from the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, and just two verses 16 and 17. Do you not realize that you are a temple of God, with the Spirit of God living in you? I'm just going to let you sit with that verse for the moment. And here is an excerpt from the play Our Town by Thornton Wilder. Oh, Mama, just look at me 1 minute as though you really saw me. And that line is said by Emily. And Emily has died and she's been allowed to return to the world of the living, but cannot be seen. And so she's been given 1 day in her life that she can come back. And she chose a very happy day. She chose her 12th birthday. But her experience of this day is not as joyful as she thought it would be. In the heightened awareness that death has given her, Emily now sees with very different eyes. She sees with new eyes. And what she sees causes her deep sorrow. What she sees is how in the dark live persons are. Because they simply do not look at one another, and they do not look at all that is going on. They do not notice. And so she says, just look at me 1 minute as though you really, really see me. If we listen, just listen in the stillness of our hearts, we would hear those words echoing throughout creation. Just look at me. We would hear those words if we bent an ear to the earth, to the rocks, to the soil, to the grass. We would hear the words, look at me, notice me. If we leaned near to the animals, those that are wild and those that are tame, that same plea would reverberate, look at me. And if we really looked, we would see inscribed in each person's eyes the words, for goodness sake, look at me, as though you really, really see me. And if we looked, what would we see? We would see the cherished depths of that person. And when we see that, we catch a glimpse, just a glimpse, of God. All of creation is a thin veil of God's presence. Every fragment of life, no matter how small, shares in the holiness of the whole. All of creation is gifted by God with God. All of creation is holy, and all is worthy of our noticing, is worthy of our contemplation. To see God in our world and to see God in ourselves is to live fully in the embrace of God's gift of love. To be seen and to see with the eyes of love is to release the energy of love into the world. Because energy sparks energy, and it builds momentum. It builds a oneness. It begins to evolve. All of creation becomes an Alleluia community of holiness. Do you not realize that the Spirit of God lives in you? I don't know about you, but that gives me goosebumps. And so Emily challenges us, taken from the play. Do any human beings ever realize life while they live it? Every minute. Every minute. So let us be still for a while. Imagine that you, like Emily, have died. Everyone's been to your funeral and you have left this earth. But you too have been granted one day on which to return to the living world. Which day of your life would you return to? Remember the details of that day. Think about the place that you were in. Think about the people that you encountered that day. In your imagination, move through the whole day. And ask yourself what it is that you most deeply want to relive and live more fully in that day. Sensitively touch the many surfaces and textures that come before you as you go through the day. Maybe the grasses that surrounded you that day. The clothing that you wore. The touch of a child's face, whatever it might have been. How do you feel now as you look at these things with a new vision? As you touch again these surfaces with a new vision? Now call yourself to be aware of the scents that permeate the spaces of your day. What is it that you smell? Maybe it's the scent of food, or the scent of a person. Maybe it's the scent of nature. Or maybe it's your own scent. Smell it afresh. Now recall the meals of that day and savor the taste of the food, relishing the distinctive flavors. What sounds do you listen for more acutely? Perhaps your father's voice, your mother's footsteps, the wind, a particular piece of music. Stay with the sounds of the day. And thoughtfully ponder, whose face would you most love to see? What do you see in that person's face as you look at them really deeply? And so look with sensitivity at your remembered day. Pause. Cherish this gift of this day, the gift of each person, place and thing that made up that day. Allow yourself the space and the time to enjoy it to the full. And I'll leave you there, enjoying your day. Giving thanks for the ability to go back and truly be present to your life, knowing that God's Spirit is with you and was also with you on that day. And perhaps if you look carefully, you will see God afresh